Hello, this is Alan Fine. I'm here at the Providence Convention Center. It's the Dunkin' Donuts. In fact, they call it affectionately the Dunk.
They call it the Dunk, yeah.
We're at the Dunk. I'm here with Dan Sullivan Jr., CEO, right?
Yes.
Of Collette on the Centennial 100th anniversary of that company. We're going to learn all about that history. And this is Insider Travel Report. Dan, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Ron.
So, without going, first of all, neither of us is 100 years old.
No.
So we got to get in our time machine, and I want to hear about the beautiful jitney
Yes.
and your current sedan,
Yes.
so they could see the span of 100 years that we're about to talk about.
Yes.
So tell us about the beginnings and how your family got involved, please.
Well, Jack Collette came back from World War I, was in Atlantic City, injured in World War I, bought a jitney and took it back to Rhode Island and put an ad in the newspaper and ran a trip for $68.50, 21 days, all accommodations and most meals to Florida. So that's how it started. And then, but Jack didn't have any kids. My father met him as a transportation manager of a Bonanza, a short line.
What year was that?
19. Well, he met him probably in 55, but in 61 he told him that, you know, Jack was getting older. He was 78 at the time, and said, if you're interested in selling it, I'm interested. And Jack sold the company to Dan Sullivan Sr., my dad, and Arthur McWilliam. My father had as my uncle as well, and they were in the business for, you know, about 18 years in there. Yeah, so it was great, a great start. And now the Sullivan family's in its third generation.
With Jacqueline.
Jacqueline has just been named, Jacqueline Libalcote, my daughter, has just been named president, first woman president in the 100-year history of Collette.
So we had tours this morning of the offices, and they were very impressive. You want to talk about those offices?
Well, we restored in 1990. My mother actually found the building, but an old mill. There were pigeons flying around. We restored it, and the mills were built in 1859, right before the Civil War. And they're great mills right on the Blackstone. There's 3 waterfalls within a mile. There's a bike path coming in there. So it's a tremendous place right in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And that's been a home for almost all of the 100 years. You know, originally I think he was in Providence, and it was 1918. It was going way back, but Providence and Pawtucket, yeah.
So I heard that the local government won't let you expand, but you can annex.
Well, we can't expand in that building. There's condos there. We have one of them, but you can't get clear title, so we can't take over that. But we have two mills there.
Right, so you keep expanding, and you have a campus.
We basically have a campus, yeah, right on the river. So, and there's community gardens and everything, so the employees love it. Yeah.
Right, with a statue of your dad.
And there's a statue of my dad in a park where they can have lunch overlooking the Blackstone River and the mills of Pawtucket and Central Falls. It's great. It used to be Chocolate Town, USA.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The humanitarian work you do is quite impressive. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, every year we give back to the charities and give back, focusing on hunger for children, nutrition, and hunger for children and education, really. So to take care of next generation of where we work around the globe, all our offices, because we have offices around the globe in Sydney, Australia, Vancouver, Toronto, and London. And so we got to take care of those communities. And then, of course, where we travel. So we help build 32 schools in South Africa, built a bakery in South Africa. We do the HIPAA rollers because they can't get water. That's just South Africa. We do in Cambodia and Peru and all over the world. We try to make the communities better and help the children in partner communities around the world, and basically with education and nutrition.
Now, there are tour companies, and then there's Collette. What's the difference?
Well, there's a lot of tour companies, a lot of great companies around the world. We've had a great following. We have tremendous talent. You know, I always say we're the most talented travel team in the industry because we're on the ground all over the world in all 7 continents. They're there creating the tours. The designers create the packages. Diana Ditto heads that up. And she's from the Sullivan family, a niece, and she works with Jacqueline, and they create these great experiences that clients love. And so, you know, it's the immersive experiences that we create that make a difference, you know, and great value for money, great pricing. It's 4.5-star products, so the 5-star clients trade down to it because the experience is a 5-star, and the 3-star clients trade up because it's great value for money and it's affordable.
Right. Now, again, we're going out to 80,000 travel agents in our newsletter. How would you, if you're addressing them, how would they sell Collette?
Just they book online if they want. The agents can book online, or they call our 1-800 number and book with our reservation. Many of our agents are best friends, with the inside agents because they go back and forth and they learn the little nuances. Selling Collette, why we're different than our competitors. More immersive and kind of some of the things I was mentioning.
The event is terrific. The guest speakers are terrific.
Thank you.
The whole thing feels not just like a celebration, but a sharing of information.
Yes.
And that's your point, wasn't that what
That
you
is
wanted to do? Your goal?
To bring in partners who can add value and talk about the future of travel, because it's evolving, it's changing, and Collette's leading the way.
Well, Dan, thank you. This is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.